Welcome back to Overexerted, a Disney Lorcana podcast brought to you by the three lovely and glorious hosts that we always have here every week. Myself, James Dan Regal, and Jeremiah.
Wait. Every week?
Yeah. There's we had the redheaded host on for like a long time, and then he took a break. Yeah, that was just Jeremiah. Pretty sure that was Jeremiah.
All right.
Yeah.
You know, I ate well for a while. I'm joking with you, Heath. I joke with you.
Well, you definitely did eat well when we had you last on for your Calgary episode. You were eating well in Calgary.
Yeah, that one still stings because then they had a CCQ where they handed out second place an invite as well, so that made it hurt a little more.
Yeah, that's got to burn for all those for all like 2 or 3 second places they handed out. It's like all the other ones, all 20 or so other ones are like, sorry guys.
Yeah.
Well, that's because you weren't one of those top Lorcana players, like those guys that just get preferential treatment, apparently.
I mean, it was pre-announced.
Yeah.
We knew what we were getting into when we went.
Yeah, that's true. It would have been nice though. They definitely, the top two. Come on, what happens by inviting 2 people? Oh no, there's more Lorcana to watch on Worlds.
Yeah. Oh, national champions.
Sorry,
Sorry,
nationals.
North American.
Sorry.
They don't say national. They don't say continentals. It's North American Challenge. That's it. They're making a very clear point that they're not ever going to say continentals or nationals. It's just challenge. That's it.
The NAX.
That's it. European Challenge, North American Challenge, Japan Challenge.
Wait, it's not
challenge
Asia
only. Huh?
It's not Asia Challenge?
No, because they have them for different markets. So it's China Challenge and Japan Challenge.
Can we have the Canada Challenge then?
We'll get into that. We'll see.
Pretty much the same thing with Japan and China. Canada and America.
So our longtime third co-host here, how have you been? It's been a while, at least 7 days since I've seen you. So how are you doing?
Oh, it's been good. It's been a quick, steady growth of the new meta, so it's been keeping me busy. It's quick transforming. I feel like everyone's kind of now settling into what are kind of the peak decks. We've kind of weeded out some of the yellow-red toys type things, and we're kind of establishing what's actually going to work here. So it's been fun I'm finally attacking ladder, so I felt like I got to a place where I could start playing one consistent deck. So yeah, it's been fun.
Nice. We'll talk later about what deck that is. We don't want to spill any secret sauce.
I'm not worried about it. Yeah,
I can tell you because I see him all the time. Every time I go to League Night, I see him all the time, and I'm always at League Night.
I don't believe you, Benny. So there's been this last week was kind of busy for the Lorcana world. There was a few news drops, a few little tidbits of information. Just overall, how did you guys feel about the week of news?
It was a lot to take in. And it was a lot of things that I feel like the community has been asking for quite some time. And now it's coming, and it's like,
they've been saying they hear us for a long time, but now we finally feel heard.
Right.
Yeah, there we go.
Personally, I think so too. But also, it would be nice if they could spread this out a little. just for the news part of it, it's like we're gonna spend like an hour and a half, at least 2 hours, just like doing tidbits of the news, not even like covering everything, because there was just so much all at once. But this is only going to happen, at least the D23 part of it, because D23 Tough D is what they call it, the ultimate Tudfee is what it's called, the ultimate Disney fan event, I think is the word. So it's TUDFE. It's just D23 Expo. That's what it was when I started going. It's still D23 Expo to me. So they're always going to do now. I think every 2 years when that event happens, there's going to be a Lorcana panel, and it's where they're going to tell us what's coming up over the next year or two in the overall, like, the bigness of the game, like the big things that are happening. Not like, hey, here's the next set and here's the next new mechanic, but like the big stuff, which is what we saw at the panel. But so I'm gonna be talking a lot this episode because I was at D23 and I have a lot of things to say about it and about how things were handled. The first thing is not really about the event itself, but it's about this, which is the D23 box set for this year, which technically isn't a D23 box set. I agree with some people online who say it's basically just an anniversary box set that just happens to be released at the time of D23, because you can get it at Downtown Disney and Disneyland Paris, and you can get it in Australia. None of those things are D23, but it's the D23 box set. It's very cool. It's not like the first one, which had plastic over it. This one is got thinner cardboard, and it's got a zip, a tear part here to open it. But it's very cool. It's got some good cards in it. It's got some actual playable cards, very playable cards, and it's very cool. It's very nice. They released this, as I mentioned, in other places, including Downtown Disney, which is right around the corner from the D23, where D23 was happening at the convention center. And for the first time ever, they used a virtual queue at Downtown Disney, and that was basically you have to get up at 5 a.m. and you have to refresh the virtual queue on the Disneyland app. And if you get in, then you get a spot, and you just go when your group is called, and you have an hour to get there and get in line and purchase up to 2 of the box sets, and you can bring a +1. You have to hit that you want 2 people to go, because there's either 1 or 2 people. You have to make sure you select 2 people, and then you get a +1. Luckily, I was able to get it. Some friends were able to get it. It seems like there was no problem. They had tons of product like they did 2 years ago. I think they went all the way up into the 200s of group numbers, and there was probably a few hundred people in every group. The box set lasted all day, and actually there was still around 1,000 left on Saturday morning before they sold out. So there was plenty of them. But the experience was, if you heard me talk about it a few weeks ago, the release on Attack of the Vine release day, when they did the Princess Curator collection, and about how there was thousands of people there, and it was hot, and it took hours, and some people I know were waiting in line for 4 or 5 hours before they were able to purchase. There was none of that. I got there at 7 a.m. because a friend of mine was letting me be there at +1, and they had one of the early groups. My group was in the 30s, 40s, 50s. I don't remember. I did so many virtual queues over the weekend, the numbers are all meaningless now. So I showed up at 7-ish a.m. I parked. I walked through Downtown Disney. I get there, and he's like, my group is up. Let's go. We walked to the front of the thing. They had set aside, they had roped off this area of Downtown Disney near the Disneyland Hotel. And they had a bunch of tents with registers, and they had an entry on the other side. You walk up, you show them your thing, and the lady's or the guy's go show this to the next person down there, and they'll scan you. They were just confirming you to let you in the area. When you get there, they scan. They're like, okay, go purchase. So we walk up. There's no line. We show them our thing. We walk in. There's no line. We show them the scan. They're like, okay, now go. There's no line. There's literally not a line at all. It takes us from the moment I walk up and say hi to my friend to we're out after having purchased it was 2 minutes. And a minute and a half of that was walking. So it was crazy. So when I went through on my virtual queue and another +1, the longest line I ever saw was 20 or 30 people. They were just constantly calling groups and constantly having people there. But because everyone was showing up within the hour of their group, no one had to stick around and no one had to wait in line. There was obviously pockets and lots of people just standing around in the area, but there was 0 line. And it was amazing. And I hope that they do virtual queue for every release going forward. Even if I miss and I don't get a queue spot sometime, or they sell out before I get there, this is 100% better than the system that was there previously that caused all of these problems. So I hope they start doing this at all the parks for all the releases, so that there's this fair system for people to get it. So,
and I think
very
one
cool.
thing that'll do is it'll cut down on people traveling, right? Because people aren't going to want to travel there to sit in a virtual queue and maybe miss out.
Right.
So you're probably actually going to have, as a local, you're going to have a much better chance of getting product. Most people
Right.
aren't going to fly in and take that chance.
Now, where this also causes a bit of a, well, people may game the system, is they said that anyone within 90 miles of Disneyland is allowed to try for it. So someone could be, I mean, I did this. I was at home. I was in my PJs. I was like, get out the phone, try it. Did I get it? Yeah. All right. I'm going to go get dressed now and head on down there. which was cool.
Then you grabbed Beth's phone and did it again?
Oh, I did it on Beth's phone too, yeah. So
game in the system. We found him. We caught him.
But yeah, so I mean, but everyone's going to do that, right? Everyone who has multiple people that are going to go, everyone's going to go and get it. Now, I still only walked away with personally 4 sets. The one time I went as a +1 and the other time I went on mine those were mine. The other ones I was buying for Benny and for Heath, and I was buying for Jared, and all of the people that asked me for them, as many as I could handle. I was trying to get a set for, and that was just the way that we were handling the whole virtual queue thing. I wasn't one of those people who was like, we saw pictures of online where they had like 30 or 40 or 50 or 60 of them stacked in the back of their minivan. They're going like, hey, $200 a piece, who wants them? That's kind of crazy.
Which I've also heard these ones aren't reselling as crazily as like the curators were.
The curator, no, they're doing the exact same thing the last D23 sets did, which is everyone thought they were going to be massive because of the 2022 sets, but then they produced like 100,000 sets or something like that, and they started selling for under $200 on the aftermarket, which is barely double, not even double. And that's what's happening now. They're selling for just under $200 or $150 or something like that now. But those D23 sets from 2 years ago, they're now like $400. So they're going to go up in price. And the single cards, I mean, I'm sure there's a ton of people who want the Angels and the Mushus for their decks. So those single cards are probably going for a lot as well. But all in all, the release was very good, and that part of it was smooth sailing. I was done. Like, unlike the last time where I had to get there like at 3 or 4 in the morning and wait forever in lines and stand there in the heat and then like finally be done at like 11 a.m. I got there at 7 and I was done by 9:30, which was crazy to me. And most of that time I was sitting on like one of those planners at Disneyland where they have like the cement planners where you can just sit there. I was just sitting there most of the time waiting for the next group to open up. And that's all, not standing in line. It wasn't hot. It was nice and overcast. So, perfect day. Perfect. And then D23 happened and there was more stuff. So the main reason that I was going to D23, I go every time, but this time I was cutting back. I was only going on Saturday. So I bought Beth and I tickets. But then we find out that the Lorcana panel is going to be on Friday afternoon. Luckily, they offered Friday afternoon tickets, and I managed to snag one before they sold out. So I was going on Friday afternoon and all day Saturday. I went I also managed to be one of those few people who won the EQL bundle for the D23 bundle, where they let you get the box set, the Woody promo, the Quest of Wonders book, and the Honey Wizard playmat. And so I won that, and luckily I won the time slot right as I walk in the door at the Friday afternoon. So I was able to just go in, pick up my thing, and then go and hang out until it was time to go to the panel, which was really cool. But on the panel, there was just a ton of news, which is what we're going to get into now. But first, we were seated for the panel after waiting for a little bit, and I just wanted to show this because this is us right before the panel with, basically hanging out with friends. Eric, our buddy Eric here, was the one who got the reservation, luckily, in the lottery, so was able to take 5 guests with him, which was me and our friends Ixia and his dad, and a local friend, Carlos, who I play at locals with. And then right over here at the end, not even looking while I'm taking the picture because it's so noisy in there, but it's Jared, Mr. Citizens of Lorcana himself. all hanging out, all getting ready for the panel, and just getting ready to enjoy everything that's happening. And we are going to just real quick go through this video because this is the panel that they did. They luckily they showed it on Twitch. It's taken forever to load. Maybe we won't be able to do this because all my internet's going to you guys streaming this thing. All right. I don't know. Is it going? Is it going? Is it showing anything? Look at, oh, there we go.
Oh, there we go.
All right.
Apparently it was just like 20 minutes of
20 minutes of dead air, right? So this was the bundle that we were able to get. And she's showing off the Honey Wizard playmat, which if you have seen any of the previous foil playmats, like the Buzz and Woody or the Mickey and Minnie or the Winnie the Pooh Honey Adventurer one, the foiling is like their spot foiling on it, and then the logo is foiled. This one, I don't know if you can tell by the box, but like almost all of that honey magic around Winnie the Pooh is all foil. It's like they just layered on more and more foil than they've ever done before. And the box is different. It's like a really solid, thick cardboard box that feels sturdy and heavy duty, which is really cool.
Who's dressed up as Captain Hook?
That is, oh man, I'm gonna forget her. She's a host. She was the host of the panel.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna be sad because I can't remember her name right now, but she does she hosts lots of things like at Celebration for Star Wars and stuff like that.
It's a perfect costume.
Yeah, and she's hosted the Lorcana stuff in the past as well. All right, so then they talk a little bit about the Seasons of Villainy, which not really a whole lot of talk, just that they were going to be doing stuff at the beginning of the CCQ. The next day, they were going to talk about some organized play stuff for the season. And then they're going to get into the announcements, which first was Hyperia City. And they were showing off all the different locations in Hyperia City. The Land of the Dead. There's going to be a lot of locations. So this is the Marigold Bridge, which leads to the Land of the Dead. This is some new kind of mechanic that they're going to be doing. While you have 10 or more cards in your discard, this location gets +2 lore. So basically, this is like an end of the game thing. If you want to play it in like Amber and Ruby, you can board clear, throw this down, and it's got 3 lore instead of 1 because, you know, it's near the end of the game. Of course, you're going to have at least 10 cards in your discard at that point.
Lasts for at least 2 turns.
Yep. And then you got Merlin's Shop and Smithy. Once during your turn, whenever a character moves here, draw a card and gain a lore. That's not bad. Then we have... Oops, we skipped one here, didn't we? Here we go. Con Industries. Characters can't be challenged while here. This is basically like Rapunzel's Tower, right? Then we have Institute of Technology. Once during your turn, whenever a super character quests while here, return an item card from your discard to your hand. I'm guessing this is supposed to work with like Super Suit or something like that.
I was just kind of confused because it's in Sapphire, and I don't know many people playing Heroes in Sapphire right now.
Yeah, how many supers are in Sapphire? Is it just Darkwing?
Yeah, I guess so.
That works because a lot of the Darkwing stuff does deal with items. So I guess that works. And then we gotta back up here. This thing is hard to... Here, let's do this so we can see it better.
You're going to be able to pop that with Quacker as well, right? Quacker Jack?
Yeah. That's true. Make Quacker Jack playable. Con Stadium. Characters get +2 strength while here. That one would be good for that Rush Beast. And then this map of Hyperia City is actually going to be in the pre-release kits. for Hyperia City. So you'll get this in every pre-release kit. And someone did point out today that the map looks a lot like a Disneyland map that they used to do with all the breakouts of the different areas.
Mm-hmm. It also looks like a poster. Like the other
yeah.
side can be a poster.
Then they started revealing some cards from Hyperia City, and they've started doing this a bit, which is they reveal the art in the name and in the stats, but they don't give you any of the abilities, which is interesting. So we have the Minnie Mouse Urban Visionary, that's an 8-cost 6/6, and the Donald Duck Taxi Driver, which is a 3-cost unequal 4/2. And I saw this immediately, and apparently so did a bunch of other people, but that taxi cab looks a lot like the taxi cab from Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
That was the first thing I thought. I was
right?
Like, look at those tires. Look at the that's the exact same.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy. And then we have this Mickey Mouse, best in town, holding a hot dog, because if you recall, hot dog is the very first words that Mickey Mouse ever said in the cartoon.
Hot dog!
Exactly. And it's the first iconic from Hyperia City. So Mickey is the first duplicate iconic character.
Now, I understand that some people say this is not an iconic that they're after. But a Mickey Mouse iconic that has the word hot dog on it is going to be worth money.
Yes, it is. What is it with the ads here? What's going on?
Obviously, you're just a big Cardi B fan.
I am not subscribed to Disney Lorcana, apparently. So yeah, the iconic is definitely something that I'm sure a lot of people are maybe just a little like, why are we getting a duplicate when there are so many characters? But it's Mickey. I mean, it's you know, it's the House of Mouse. You kind of have to have Mickey there more often. And also Hyperia City, they did confirm, was named after Hyperion Studios, which was the first name of the Disney Studios back in the, it was the first name? It was definitely a name of the Disney Studios back in the 20s, 30s sometime. So they're paying homage to that, which is cool. It's, you know, a little bit of thing. Now, one thing that would have been fun is if they had done something like make the stats a 2/3 for 23 for when Disney was founded or something like that. But
that is, it's, I don't know. I just personally, I think it's going to be worth quite a bit because it's a Mickey Mouse.
I think so too. And so the thing is that they also, I think the full card has been shown somewhere. I don't know if it's been shown officially, but I think it has. And the ability on it is something new that we haven't seen before. And it's called, I think it's called Adventurous or something like that, which is basically that it has to quest every turn if able. So it's the opposite of Reckless, like built into the card. And then they showed these 3 princesses, and you'll notice that they're all themed to the colors of the princess's color with their costume, which is very cool. The bell we have seen before. It's on the Trove marketing image that we've already seen. But the Rapunzel and the Mulan are new. So it'll be interesting to see what abilities are on these characters. And the art, of course, is always top-notch.
I got to say, as much as they're all very nice, the artwork for the bell is already my favorite.
That's usually the case.
Yeah. Did you notice something about each of these, though?
What?
They're all legendaries.
Ooh.
Because you'll notice it's breaking the frame, and it's breaking the frame, and it's breaking the frame.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Huh.
That's just a little detective work someone told me after the fact, and I'm like, oh, yeah. Or maybe it was Eric sitting right next to me. I don't remember. Like I said, the weekend is a blur.
I mean, the thing is, though, the one Rapunzel was a 1-cost, so she better be really good to be a legendary.
Yeah. So then they showed us Pepita, a 1-cost 1/3, and then they showed us the Shift, which is a 5-cost 4/6 that shifts at 3 and has the ability, while you have 10 or more cards in your discard, this character gets +2 strength and +2 lore. So it's a 6/6 3 lore character. Not bad.
Not bad at all.
And then there is the Enchanted, of the same card, which looks very pretty.
It's weird because it looks like it's raining.
Yeah.
And it threw me right off at first. I was like, why does it look so grainy? And then it's like, oh, it's raining.
Yeah, it's rain. Now you can see when they do the little motion thing, you can see the light going across it and
yeah.
see all the stuffs. And then we get into the next set. What's that?
The card's got a lot going for it. It's a 4/6 stat line. So early game, you're not going to lose it to Criminal Mind. You're not going to lose to Gaston, but then later on it ramps up, and that's usually when you're more comfortable playing the bigger guys, right? So
yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that's the thing, especially in the current meta where everyone's like playing those Gastons all over the place. You're like, okay, what cards can I play that are 4? Because then it doesn't get hit by Red Alert, and it doesn't get hit by Gaston. It's that sweet spot of the 4 cost or the 4 strength character. We're then going to talk about Into the Inkdark, the first set of next year. And of course, this is going to be villain themed. And so for those who haven't watched it, this is on Twitch. You can go back and watch all of the details where they talk about it as well, where we don't just go through it like super, super fast. But the first thing they're going to talk about is the big thing in the room that we all knew about, but we didn't know much about, which is the collector boosters. This is gonna change things.
Do we have a guess? Anyone want to guess in here?
A guess at what?
Price?
Oh, I'm assuming it's going to be similar to what the Magic the Gathering collector boosters are, which is going to be about $25 to $35 a pack, somewhere in that range.
Yeah. Do you get less booster packs in this?
Yes. There are 12 cards per pack, and most people are assuming that there's going to be 12 packs per box.
Yeah, it looks like.
But so here are the details that everyone was very concerned about. Nothing, absolutely nothing is changing in the regular booster boxes. You can still find epics, enchanteds, and iconics, and the foils that are all in there. Absolutely nothing is changing about those. Those all stay as they are. What is different in the collector boosters, which is starting in Into the Inkdark and going to come out every time since, is the foiling on all the cards. So every card in there is foil. There's no normal print card. Everything is foiled. And so the foiling on commons through epic are a different foiling than what's available in the regular boosters. And then enchanteds and iconics are exactly the same. There's no difference between the two booster boxes for those. But collector booster boxes will have a better pull rate for enchanteds and iconics.
I was just going to ask that.
And then there's only one new level of rarity that is being added to the collector boosters.
Oh, man.
And that is the illustrious rarity. And you'll notice that the down here, the symbol for the illustrious rarity is what is normally on the cards, where it gives you the artist. At the bottom of the card, it's normally turned 90 degrees and points to the artist's name. And then the artist's name is in very nice big letters right here on the card.
Hey, it's our boy, Kendall Hale.
It is Kendall Hale. Yes, he gets the first reveal of a card. Now, you'll notice that there's a lot of stuff about this that is very cool. It's full art. It's very limited amount of text. And it's all new art. And you'll notice it's a first chapter card. The illustrious rarity cards will not be part of the Hyperia City set. They are part of whatever set that the card is originally from. And if they are not legal, they're not legal. Even though they're in Hyperia City, they will not be legal if they're from a set that is out of rotation. So this is from set 1. Set 1 is out of rotation. Can't use it. Not that you ever would play this card, because you may also notice at the top it says XX/23, because there are only going to be 23 of this card ever. And there will be 6 different cards in there that are limited to 23. I'm assuming one for each ink, because there are 6 inks. No details whatsoever on the pull rate. Collector boosters, they said, will be very limited, and we have more information on how they're going to be available. They said that they will be available at local game stores, at Ravensburger online, and at select Disney locations, which, if we go by where things like the D23 set were released, is basically a few of the parks and the London Disney store, and maybe in Australia.
Well, so long.
What do you guys think? What do you guys
Bandcamp.
think of this? What do you guys think of this serialized card being showing up in a collector booster box?
I think I'm broke, and even if I did have money, I'm going to be more broke now.
It's going to be one of those things that is going to be interesting to see what it does to the market, because I think a lot of this product is going to be kept sealed. A lot of people look at what Magic did when their collector's boosters came out and the appreciation on price. So obviously, long term, that drives up the price the more sealed there is. But when you're looking at a value perspective for the Enchanteds, because there's going to be higher hit rates, and we don't know what they are, I'm assuming they would bump it up to maybe 1 every 2 collector's boxes you'd get an Enchanted or something like that. But that does take away values from the normal box Enchanteds. So people are kind of happy that, yeah, we still have the same hit rates in regular boxes trying to get Enchanteds, Iconics, everything like that. But if you're one of those people who cares about the value of your cards and not just pulling something shiny, it actually does add more to the market, which is obviously going to take away a little bit. So if it is limited print, and because of how much it's going to be kept sealed, I don't think it's going to make a big difference in regards to it. Maybe it would be as if they printed 5% more product kind of thing. But I think that's about as far as that's going to go. So it's just going to be one of those things that you see people going wild over, and then cards are going to be worth a fortune from it because people aren't going to be opening their cards. And then after they've opened up their cards, they're probably going to be reselling them, especially the ones that are playable. And those are going to go through the roof. But I think, yeah, you don't see a whole lot of this on the open market, I don't think.
Yeah, that's a fair assessment. I mean, it definitely crossed my mind. I was like, I buy one of those. Do I open it? Do I hold it? I don't know if any of you guys have seen it, but have you seen that somebody already put a bounty out on one of those?
Yeah, Joy McScrooge. Yeah, he did. I watched the video. He said it and he said, you know what, I'm gonna do this, but like, I don't know. It didn't seem like one of those things that he was like, I expect this to happen. It seemed more like the odds of this card coming up are gonna be so slim that I'll just say it and hopefully it doesn't actually happen, because he threw it out there very loosely with very little thought. He's like, you know what, actually, it's like,
yeah,
people don't throw that kind of money around usually with a casual thought. So.
I was like, as soon as I saw that, I was like, $250,000. I would definitely sell that as soon as I found it. It would be gone,
right?
Hands down.
Yeah. You guys can hear me okay after I went away for a second, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that would be American too, right?
Yeah.
So that's like $1 million Canadian.
Which almost gets you a house here.
Wow. So that was when they swapped over and started talking about the next set. Now, we saw a teaser from this set at the end of the last special Lorecast for the last set, and it had Leroy and Stitch in the teaser art. And now we get this, which is Ariel and Flounder in space.
So Jared's back, obviously. Citizens of Lorcana's coming back because we have a Flounder in space.
Exactly. And so I think almost everyone, again, like the taxi from that Donald Duck card, what was your initial reaction when you saw this? Like, what did it make you think of?
For some reason, the dress makes me think of the Jetsons.
There you go. It's exactly what almost everybody I've talked to says this reminds them of, is the Jetsons.
And the helmet, actually.
Yeah. Just the vibe, right? The retro space vibes that the Jetsons have.
And the fact that in the background, there's what looks like the Jetsons' houses and businesses. What the heck?
That's a space illuminary. Or something. I mean, but also, what color is Ariel going to be in? And I think we can see that because if you look on her costume here,
amber.
This is the circles and lines of Sapphire, I think.
Look at all the amber on her. Look at the amber magic she's doing.
Maybe she's a Duel Link. Oh. But these are definitely Sapphire lines and circles here.
Fair.
What else did we have? Here's
Maybe we'll
our.
have to bet a pack on it, James.
Did we bet a pack on that bolt way back when?
I don't remember.
I don't know. Here is year 4
I don't remember anything about the bolt.
of Disney Lorcana TCG. We've already had Attack of the Vine, and we already know all the sets that are coming now. And there's a Tinkerbell here in the corner because the rest of the fairies are coming to Disney Lorcana. If I can get the picture to show up. Let me hit play here. Let's see if it goes. But yeah, all of the whole fairyland fairy thing is coming to Lorcana as well, which is pretty cool.
I will make a call, and it's gonna sound like I'm being a big old mean negative person. I think if the whole set revolves around those fairies,
no, we already know it doesn't, because remember there was the Leroy and Stitch art. I think that they're just gonna do the thing where they have like 2 or 3 main properties in each set.
I was like, that will be the lowest selling set. I would promise you that.
No, having Ariel as the front character for this is a big deal. And then they announced the next curator collection, like the Princess one, which is going to be for the anniversary of Beauty and the Beast, which I think is the 35th anniversary this year. And we are going to have this stained glass themed alternate art set. And here's the Be Our Guest and Mrs. Potts, which
did they say when that's coming out?
This is coming out in the fall. I'm going to guess it comes out when Hyperion City does.
I wish it came out in December, and I wish I was in the park in December.
You're going to be in the park in December. Oh, come on, ads again? Unbelievable.
It's beauty. That's what it is. And you know,
we'll sit and talk while the ads run.
I'm a big Beauty and the Beast fan. So.
Yeah. So once we get back to it and we've seen them, so what they're doing is it's a stained glass foiling effect, I think, which makes them look really cool. They are when I spoke with people at D23 and they asked about the virtual queue at Downtown Disney, I gave them the positive report, and they're like, yeah, I think we may be using that in the future for future releases. You know, I think it was definitely a test to see how it went. There were a lot of Disney suits hanging around that morning, keeping an eye on things to see how it went, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people had issues with the 3,000 or so people or whatever that were clogging up Downtown Disney for the last release. So I'm pretty sure that they were very interested to see how it went. And from what I can tell, it got nothing but positive reviews, which is very cool. Also, while we're waiting, the virtual queue for the Ravensburger booth. So they were doing a virtual queue just like for the Downtown Disney. They were doing it for the booth. They said they would be doing it at 6 a.m. and 1 p.m. Unfortunately, on the first day, all of the 6 a.m. groups were going so slowly that when the 1 p.m. group opened, I'm doing air quotes for those just listening, it actually never opened because there was no available spots and they were going to take forever to get through the 6 a.m. slots. So they got better the next day, but it was really slow that first day. It took like up to an hour to get through the line. And they were making sure that they only let in a certain amount of people from the groups at one time. And for some reason, it was just taking them a while. But that was the only way to get into the booth to buy things, was on the virtual queue. So if you didn't get a spot in the virtual queue, you either had to find someone who had a +1 that they were willing to share, or you were out of luck.
So
here's the Belle and the Lumiere.
Quick question.
Yeah.
You are going to be picking up one of these for myself and one for Oh, wait, sorry, not Be Our Guest Heath. I guess you don't need to get him one anymore.
You don't need to. Heath doesn't need one now. No, I will.
Be Our Guest, but
if at all possible, of course, I will be getting these for people who ask, which is basically only you and Heath and our great co-host here, Jeremiah, and a former co-host, Jared. Although I'm hoping Jared drives down for the release so that he can get his own, but we'll see.
Oh, I like that Belle. My goodness, they finally did her some service.
Right? So there's different artists on these, and the artist on this Belle is Lady Shalarin, and you'll notice when we move on here. So first of all, yes, they're just gorgeous cards. That Belle is probably the best Belle they've ever done.
I didn't notice the little rose in the background behind Lumiere. Oh, like right behind his head. Yeah, the
Right there.
detail.
Yeah, these things are just amazing.
Oh,
But on the next slide, when we see the remaining two,
is there a rose in every single one of them?
there
Is
most
it
likely is. Like her
she has
arrows
it?
are roses.
Yeah.
I mean,
do
I don't
wanna
mind
say-
letting this play because they're just gorgeous cards.
Yeah.
But here we go. We got the Gaston and the Beast. It's the tragic hero, and the art is by the same artist as the Bell.
And he's
which is
holding
really
the
cool.
rose, but Gaston does not have a rose that I can see. Maybe the top right corner, but I don't
Right
think
there?
so. Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe because he's the baddie.
Yeah. But yeah, we got the Beast looks really good. Very good. These are all just beautiful cards.
Yeah.
It's kind
And
of
that's like-
insane.
That Gaston was a very playable Gaston for a while.
Yeah.
I kind of have to agree with, I think Heath said it, was he wishes it was Sad Beast. Oh no, it is Sad Beast. What the heck?
It is. Yeah, it's tragic hero.
What?
We just wish it was still playable. It was still legal.
Oh,
that's
what it was. That's what he said. Yeah. I mean, they are playable.
Yeah, they're playable in Infinity for sure. Then they announced that there's a new book coming out, the visual guide through the magic realm of Lorcana. This is going to be really cool. It's going to feature a promo card just like the previous book. That actually I don't think is out yet, but you could get at D23. This is going to have a lot of stuff inside. The lady here in the center is actually the one of the, I think she's the head of narrative for Lorcana, and she was like very involved in like running this book, and they were just handed her a physical copy, like the very first physical copy at the panel, which was really cool. And then here's we have the full, there's the full art of the art that's on the cover, and so you get like Big Tink. I think this is John Lauren, I think they said is the artist, but they have like a lot of nods to past sets here.
Oh.
There's the Stitch up there, just all that kind of stuff. So it's really cool. It's basically going to be like about Lorcana. They didn't give too many details, but it's a visual guide.
I thought the person in the middle was Anger from Inside Out.
And then they announced this, which will be at the Festival of the Arts at Walt Disney World, which is a Figment alternate art Figment card of a card that is coming out in Hyperia City. It's a 7-cost inkable action that draws 4 cards. It's more expensive and one more draw than Finders Keepers, so it might get played, but who knows?
And that's only available at the Farts?
It's only available at Farts. You must go and Farts in order to get the Figment card. This will have completely different art in the set. That won't have Figment at all. So this is a full-on alternate art. The first one they're doing that is a full alternate art, completely different character of a card, which is pretty cool. But only available, I think, at Festival of the Arts. I think that's what they said. But we'll find out more details sometime soon.
So Martin Karp can pick me up one.
Yeah, hopefully. And then they announced that the cruise quests that they have been doing, the quest at sea, that has been on like a ship here and there over the last year, is expanding to the entire fleet worldwide. So
Wow.
Lorcana will now exist on a Disney cruise ship all the time, starting in next year. And what that means is if you've ever been on a cruise, you know that they have like these all day long. They have these like things in these rooms where they do like, here's a trivia for half an hour or an hour, like Disney trivia and villain trivia. And now Quest at Sea is going to be one of those blocks of time that is set aside just for Lorcana on every single cruise ship, every single cruise, which is really cool.
So Jeremiah is going to be hitting those.
That's the dream. Yep.
Get me all the cruise cards, please.
Well, my real dream is the DL SEA. That's what I want to happen. I want a cruise DLC more than anything.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, they do have enough room. I mean, those ships do hold thousands of people.
Okay, yeah,
So, I
it
mean,
would be a tough sell. I don't know how many people would cough up the multi thousands to go to a DLC, but I would.
they could hold a CCQ and have it be for like 200 people. I'm sure they could
Mm.
get 200 people to go.
They could.
And we still have the CCQ, so it works.
There you go.
They
I like
could
that.
hold worlds on a cruise ship.
They could with only 38 people. Yeah, they
Yeah.
could.
They spent a lot of money on Worlds last year. Like it wouldn't be. I don't think it would be any upcharge for them to host it on a cruise.
And they could hold it in open waters where there are no rules.
But that was the panel. That was a lot of information. Oh, no, that wasn't everything. I'm sorry. Because this logo here, they're like, oh, and then there's one last thing, and you guys haven't been talking about it recently, but ta-da! A digital client is coming for Lorcana in the future. Now, at the panel, they're like, it's not coming soon. It's coming in the future. We can't give a time frame, but this is like the announcement of the announcement. But on the Lorecast today, I'm pretty sure that I don't know if it was Greg or Rochelle who said it, but basically they said that this is already like pretty far into development. Like they've already been working on it for at least a year or two, apparently. So my thought was that this isn't going to be like out until like 2028. But based on what they said, I mean, it feels like maybe it might even come next year. But they have said nothing about a time frame.
It could be due to the fact of maybe they're thinking they're going to go the Pokemon route where they give the code cards in packs, which obviously goes into production and they're already pre-printed away. So that could be one cause for hesitation is they might finish it and then say, okay, now we can throw it in, but we're 3 sets behind kind of thing.
Right.
So
yeah, that's
that
true.
would be a theory of mine at least. But
you know what they could do? They could just add another booster pack into the pack and it's just all code cards.
What
you'd love it if you walked into the store and you pulled that pack.
Yeah. No, I'm saying just put it on top sideways and you just open that.
Well,
and it's
make it a special pack with a different thing and just like throw it in to the case or something.
Yeah, I guess.
Or send it to your local game store. Send a box to your local game store.
It's
I don't know.
When you purchase a box, you get this promo card and this pack of code cards.
Yeah.
Well, so it opens up a door. It opens up a door too for handing out. You can hand out prize cards that are digital too, right?
Yeah.
True.
So you get a certain alternate art or whatever that you can only get through winning a certain event or that kind of thing. So it opens up a lot.
What do you guys think is going to be the best model for them to choose?
I mean, I'm just kind of excited, but I didn't sign up yet. So when you put up the QR code, I literally just
I think with the model they're taking is I think they're finally working really hard at getting Lorcana in front of everybody. That's what it appears to be anyways. So I personally don't think it's going to be blocked with code cards because that's a different avenue and it's a different barrier that people have to get over. So I think they're going to make it pretty readily available where you can just scan and get going kind of thing. Maybe they do something with alternate arts or something, but I think in general, they're just trying to get attention to the game and get people playing it. Like when you look at, I think they approach it a lot from like almost like a board game perspective where like they're targeting a lot of people who are like families and things like that who can just sit down and play. They're building these little side quest games that you can go off and play with your family. So with that target audience in mind, I don't think they're going to roadblock it behind packs.
That's fair.
Right. So if they go the model where base play is free and things like alternate arts and maybe motion graphics or something is an upcharge or a subscription, do you think that's the best model to choose?
I think so. I think subscription-based services in general, everybody knows make a lot of money. So many people are just grabbing them and forgetting about them. So I would never subscribe. I don't care that much about a digital art for that kind of thing. But I think it's if it's going to keep access up and barriers down, I'm all for it.
Right. Because
I,
go
I
ahead.
like the idea of the code cards personally, because I know that you could also just play the Pokemon online one without needing code cards. You had decks that you could choose from and everything like that. Were they the best decks? No. Were you gonna win? You were if it was against, somebody else who was using similar decks and it was at home or something like that. But uh, um, yeah, it kind of makes it harder if you're one of those people that wants to get better cards and blah 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 blah. But if you're a person buying a box, I mean, you get what, 24 code cards to enter and get booster packs.
Right.
Maybe there you'll get the enchanted.
And I know that they can try and like they could quickly throw out a cease and desist or something like that, but they do right now have an online competition that they have to keep in mind too, right? So if they make it too tough to get all the cards, people aren't going to actually go to their client. They're just going to stick with what's working and available for now. So
the only ones who will end up using it are streamers who want to be official, and they, so they can stream games all day long officially and not get hit with any, like you said, any cease and desist or any other issues by using something that is unofficial. If there is too much of a pay barrier, that will definitely be definitely be a problem, because like you said, families would want to play this, and people would want to do this on the go and not be spending $10, $30, $100 a month to play the game, because we're already spending money on the cards physically.
I mean, having it on a phone, I will love that. I'll be sitting there playing.
Yeah,
on
I would
mandatory work bathroom breaks and in the lunchroom and
yeah, I would love it to be a base free with enhancements that you can pay for. I think that's the best model, because like I said, all the streamers, there will be going to be so many streamers once it gets to be an official client, and all of those streamers, they're going to want the prettiest cards and all the flashiness. So they're obviously going to make a ton of money on streamers that want the really best looking decks to stream with. So there will always be a constant flow of money coming from the streamers. There will be people who don't, who also will want that, even if they're not streaming, will want the best looking deck, for fun. And if they have the extra money to throw at it, they're going to throw money at it. There will always be those people. I think we've already seen with Lorcana, with the collectors and the players, people will spend money. We've spent a lot of money on Lorcana physically. We're still going to spend a lot of money on it digitally. It's just, I think that they need to make sure that there is a way to play it that doesn't cost, so that people can have have fun playing it and get hooked on the game. That's the point, to get hooked on the game.
I will say it was a very Lorcana heavy weekend, where there's a lot of execs and there was I think the Jonas brothers, like Joe Jonas was opening a pack and showing off cards. You know, all three of the Jonas brothers that everybody knows all of their names, Joe, Nick, and Kevin.
I don't know. I know Joe because he was in Jumanji, right?
And say I know Nick because I think he's in a show called Scream Queens that I used to watch with my wife. But the other one, Kevin. Yeah, let's say Kevin. Yeah. Now I'm going to be curious about that. Somebody's going to rage and comment.
Yeah, so
his name was.
They recorded a live episode of their podcast, and someone in the audience is like, I guess they randomly would call people up to ask questions or something. And this guy's like, I know you collect Pokemon and you open Pokemon. He's like, what about Lorcana? And the guy's like, come on up. And so him and his girlfriend or whatever came up, and they basically had a pack battle where they went card by card to see who had the better card, opening up a pack. So that was really cool. And then the other one you're talking about is at the Honda Center, the big panel on Saturday night, the Horizons panel, which is all about parks and experiences and stuff. Neil Patrick Harris was hosting, and apparently him and John Stamos both had multiple comments about Lorcana, or as they called it, Lorcana. But yeah, that was pretty cool. And if you want to see that, I think that's on Disney Plus. They live streamed that as well, if you want to see that.
So what you're telling me is that we're going to start taking over, because when people start asking, what do you play? they're gonna all say, "Ah, Lorcana, duh."
Lorcana.
That hurts.
Oh man. To continue the just onslaught of new information that we got, at the beginning of the D23 CCQ that was live streamed from the show floor. So I was able to I was literally like, if you walked up to the area, there was like a low, like waist high, like barrier. And then there was like, I could stand there and then 10 inches away would be someone playing in the CCQ just on the other side of this barrier. It was that close. And this was hilarious because so much is happening at the convention, including at one point right in the middle of the CCQ, a marching band headed by Mickey Mouse started playing and walking through the convention center. And it was so loud. It was hilarious. It was crazy. And there was music playing half the time from a booth nearby. And I'm like, how do you, I don't know. You guys must be like focused here because so much was going on around at the convention center. I was like, I don't know how you guys are doing this.
Oh yeah, I'd be like, I put.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyone with the kind of attention span that Benny has, don't go play in a CCQ at D23. There's too much
I already
other
do
stuff.
that at League.
I genuinely think that there are very few people who couldn't buckle down and focus, but I know Benny is one of those people. He wouldn't have a shot. He could try as hard as he wanted to, and it just wouldn't be an option.
No. He's like, marching band? Can I go march in that too? Here, give me 5 minutes. I'm on bathroom break.
Jeremiah told me take a breath in between your turns, and I still quick played at the CCQ in Calgary. So,
and it cost you.
Yeah. So at the beginning of the CCQ broadcast, they brought Coupon, and they're like, this is the season of villainy. Here's all the information you need. And they started it off with, this is the participation promo and the 3-match win promo at every DLC. So everybody's going to get the foil Ursula. And this is the good one, not the best one necessarily. It's not Deceiver of All. It's just Deceiver. Very nice card. It's still legal. And of course, we have the Be Prepared alternate art for 3-match wins. Foil. It's crazy looking, right? It's pretty awesome.
Does that mean it's coming back?
No.
Nope.
Because it still has the the set 1 down there at the bottom, or whatever promo number it is that's down there.
It's not even that bad. Bring it back.
It has to be core legal for it to be playable. But of course, it is one of the most iconic cards, so of course they're going to put it in the Season of Villainy.
Yeah, that's when I loved playing the game the most, is when I got to sing this card over and over again, okay? Not sing it with a character, but sing it myself.
If you are interested, in the middle of the Lorecast today, when they started talking about this, they're like, by the way, back in June or July, whenever the Indianapolis DLC was, we actually sat Baker down and we were going to do this like little thing. And we set this up like first thing in the morning on day 2, I think it was. And Baker had not seen this card, and they filmed his reaction seeing this card for the first time. And it was glorious. He was very Baker about it. He was like jumping out of the chair and screaming, and it was great. So yeah, they basically got him with this, and they filmed it all, and it was pretty fun. The next promos that we're seeing is the top 64 promo, and everyone with the same points is going to get this Gaston. And the dev team made sure that they knew that this was a card that they should pick for a promo for the challenges, because it was going to be very good. And everyone breathed a sigh of release when Attack of the Vine came out and this card was actually played. So they were like, whew, we picked a good one. And if you'll notice, this Madam Mim can't be seen on the screen with its abilities because they're hiding it.
Ink drops.
They're doing this a lot. They're hiding stuff from us until the cards get revealed normally. But it's a very cool looking card. And then we have playmats of all 4 cards. So these two here, the Ursula and the Gaston, will be on the prize wall for tickets. If you qualify for day 2, you get the Be Prepared. And if you're in the top 16, you get the Madam Mim.
I'm never gonna day 2 qualify. Come on.
That's all you got to do, Benny. Just day 2. And you get the Be Prepared mat. Just day
Gotta
2.
take
That's
some
all you got to
breaths.
do.
That's what,
What's-
top 64?
We don't know yet. They haven't announced what the day 2 format will be for this season.
But they did announce the size.
Yes, they did. 4,000 at every DLC.
So that's
That
double.
would
That's
indicate,
128.
yeah, it could potentially be, or it's over 2 days though, so it's probably 264s.
Yeah, 2,000s.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty crazy.
Mhm.
So
much needed.
yeah, for sure. And then we have pins are back, not for weekly. These are at challenges only. We don't know how they're being handed out, if they're only on the prize wall, because it doesn't say anything on here about it. But all 4 pins will be available at challenges.
But it says OPP, Organized Play Program.
Yeah, and organized play is the challenges. That's part of organized play.
Absolute buggers.
And then we have, for the first time, new gold cards that are going to be the prizes. We don't know if this is an addition to the golden Mickeys or if they're stopping the golden Mickeys, because obviously they haven't handed all 500 of them. But there are going to be 3 different versions of the Hades. Dark Usurper, which is coming in, is it in set 15? I think it's in set 15. So there's going to be one that's going to be 250. It's going to be for challenge top 8s. And then there's going to be one of 36, which is going to be whoever gets to go to the championship. And then there will be one of 8 for everyone who is at the World Championship. I guess the top 8 at the World Championship, since there's only 8 of them. So it's pretty crazy. And the ability on this is also really crazy.
If you get all 3 of those, that's big money for sure.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. So the ability, he's a 8 cost 10/10 with 2 lore, and his ability is above the rules. And it's whenever this character quests, you may reveal your inkwell. If you reveal 5 or more Titan characters with different names, you win the game.
What? Dude, it's Exodia.
It is, yes.
New Exodia.
Otherwise, you just exert all of your ink.
And this is Sapphire.
This is in Sapphire, yes.
Whenever this character. So essentially, you just have all your ink exerted, and then you quest him.
Yes. I mean, you hopefully would know that you have the 5 characters in there, and you would just, it doesn't matter if you exert all of your ink because you're going to win the game immediately.
But there's like, what, 7 Titans?
I don't know. And of course, this means we're going to be getting a bunch of Titans. And I'm guessing they're going to put some of them in, they're going to put them in 3 different colors. So you have to play, and I'm thinking they're going to put 1 or 2 in like one color. Most of them will be in Sapphire, and then they'll put like 1 or 2 in one color and 1 or 2 in another color, and force you to pick which color you combine this with. I bet you that's what they're going to do.
What the heck? There's only 4. There's Lithos, Hydros, Pyros, and Stratos.
I think there were more that were introduced in the Hercules TV show over time, possibly.
Okay, so there's 12 Titans in the Greek mythology.
But I guess we'll see. But basically, yeah, this kind of confirms we're getting Titan cards.
See if Aurora sees play again. Get a little word out there so you can try and protect them.
Right. Also, I think it was on, I don't remember where it was, but someone was talking about how maybe it was on Colors Law stream, which shout out to Colors Law for her first CCQ casting job. And I was busy at D23, so I haven't been able to watch it yet, but apparently she did a good job. So really nice to see more
she's really
casters.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well deserved.
But they were pointing out that this is going to be in set 15 for this card, and we're probably going to get some kind of counter to this, either in set 14 or set 15. where you can manipulate your opponent's ink in some way to be able to steal those Titans out of the ink so that they cannot win the game. Because otherwise, you just ink your Titans throughout the game and then you win. Let's see. What else do we
stuck
have?
on the Titans.
Here is the prize structure for this coming season of Villainy. Of course, the Ursula is participation. The Be Prepared is 3-match wins. The Be Prepared playmat is a day 2 cut. The Gaston is top 64 or equivalent points. The Madame Mim is top 32 for the promo card or equivalent points. And the Madame Mim playmat is top 16. Question marks for top 8. We don't know. Foil uncut sheet is for the top 4, a full foil set. And for the first time, if you recall, during this season, no iconics were included in that full foil set for the champion or the top 2. And in this time, the full foil set is going to the top 2, not just the champion, and you get all epics, enchanteds, and iconics. That's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And the winner, of course, gets a trophy and the World Championship invite for 2027.
There
The
are
next
12
big
Titans in Hercules. Disney Hercules.
What's that?
There are 12. I found out. I did some digging. I
Nice.
had to dig.
The
Probably
next big
2 in each
announcement.
color.
There's a youth division coming for Disney Lorcana. With their own special pricing, these Syndrome cards are the first pricing for the youth division. There will be a top 8 playmat, a top 64 foil, I'm guessing. I wasn't listening, but I'm pretty sure it's foil, and then a participation non-foil.
They should have made it Incrediboy instead.
Syndrome is cooler.
Gotta be villain.
Yeah, but he's grown up. It has
He's
to be
not a villain
Incrediboy
yet,
because
though.
It's youth division.
It's the season of villainy. They have to be a villain.
Yeah, but he becomes a villain like real quick.
But there's apparently 2 divisions in the youth division. It's I think 8 to 13 or 8 to 12, and then 13 to 17, something like that. So you'll be able to split. And this is just in addition to the challenge. If the youngin wants to play in the main challenge, they still can.
Because I don't believe there's any form of worlds or anything like that for the youth division, correct?
Probably not. No,
Yeah.
This will probably just be at the locals. I don't know if they're going to do anything for Worlds where they get an invite to Worlds if they win a youth division. I don't remember hearing anything about that, but I guess we'll see what happens, beyond that. But I think it's a really nice first step that we're getting a youth division finally.
Yeah.
I think that.
What are you looking up now, Benny?
That kid that beat DKP,
Yes.
if he stays in the youth division, he crushes it.
He's not going to stay in the youth division. He's not doing that. I mean, he may do it one time just to get the pricing because he'll want everything probably, but then he'll just go back to the regular challenge and try and compete for the World Championship.
Yeah.
The other announcement they made was that we are finally getting a step up to being able to compete at higher levels by competing at the lower levels of organized play, which is set championships. There will be a new store level program coming, which we're going to talk about in a minute. And they will be doing local qualifiers at select stores where if you win a set championship, you will get an invite to the local qualifier for your division, your region, basically. And then the top 2 from that will move on and get to play at the North American Championship, basically your region's championship. And by playing in those local qualifiers, you will get a top 32 and a participation Mickey Brave Little Tailor, basically the full art, full color version of the Golden Mickey, which is really cool. I think this is a really cool prize that to give away for this level.
And this level is what I've actually wanted more than anything else to see in competitive Lorcana. I think that it does just so much for the local scene, and yeah, I'm very, very excited about it.
that level between set champs and the DLC. We needed something as a step between there, right?
And a supplement's a prize, depending on how many people are in your DLC and all that. We don't know the exact details yet, but a supplement's a prize. Maybe you don't have to win the DLC to move on. And then it also allows you to, for people who can't get out and travel very often or anything like that, it still allows you an opportunity to get to an event and try and qualify that way. So it's
Right.
got a lot of pluses.
Yes, for sure. So today, let's see what this last one is. This is for people in the UK. They're actually going to sell the Curator Collection online on the Disney Store UK next week on the 28th. So if you're a UK listener, there you go, and you didn't hear about this yet, that's for you. But what they did today was Coop came on and talked about what is going to be happening at the local qualifiers. And he used the Southwest Division of North America as an example, which is going to include Texas, Arizona, New Mexico, and Oklahoma, which I looked at the populations, and that is roughly 45 to 50 million people are in that division. They're going to pick 64 stores and work with those stores that are going to be hosting these set championships that matter to get into the local qualifier for that region, that division. They will be taking 2 people, the top 2 from every set champs. So there will be 128 people making it into the local qualifier. And then at the local qualifier, I think they said that the top 2 from the local qualifier will get the invite to the championship for their region. I think it was the top 2. Now, they are going to be doing this starting with set 14, so not Attack of the Vine, but Hyperia City. They will be doing it in sets 14, 15, and 16. They are not sure yet on set 17. It will either be in the next season's qualifiers, or it will be no season, because it will be like in that gray area between the championships and not enough time for everything to happen with the championship season. So we don't know yet on set 17. The divisions in different areas, so like we may have multiple states in North America, but in Europe they may end up, because some countries are so small, they may end up having multiple countries in a division, not just like one country. They said that they're still working things out, and they'll just announce all the divisions and regions and all that sometime in the near future.
And this might be jumping the gun, but do you know, because I know my assumption is that a store is going to have to reach legendary status in order to host one of these DLCs.
No,
okay.
That is not the case. Coop answered some questions in the official Discord afterwards. And he said, legendary tier stores may not be the only stores who get their set champs marked as part of the LQ program. There will be others outside of that, and we currently have no restriction or guarantee that an LQ must be run by a certain tier of store.
Okay, so that will limit it. My thought was maybe it wouldn't be limited to, maybe it'd be less than 64 stores, if not that many could make legendary status in that amount of time. But yeah, that's right. Great. So that'll provide us more options.
And we don't know if like 128 is the standard everywhere. We just don't know, because he was just giving an example that in this particular division there will be 64, or in North America they may do 32 stores in divisions in Europe. We don't know, because he only talked about North America. He clarified for CCQs this year in North America that there will be 64 invites, but not 64 events necessarily, because some events may have 2 invites, not just 1. Or maybe more than 2. I don't know. He just said some will have more than 1. And then there will be no cross-pollinating of local qualifiers and CCQs. They are their own programs. So CCQs will never, like, if you win a CCQ, it doesn't get you into the LQs, the local qualifiers. They're completely separate programs.
And no pass downs, correct?
No pass downs for getting to the local qualifier. But he did say that this program is still not finalized, and if they hear enough feedback and they have enough reasons Let me see if I can find the exact wording about it. Oh, thanks for all the feedback on pass downs. We'll continue to evaluate. Good thing about this program is we have quite a few months until we launch, so things could change between now and then.
I'm pretty sure we'll get pass downs. We have to get them.
Yeah. Otherwise, what are you going to do? Like, someone's going to go. Like, we have people that farm set champs around here.
Yeah.
If someone wanted to, they could go to every single, almost every single set champ in a division, and just farm them all and knock a bunch of people out. And like, what are they going to do? They can only have 100 people at a local qualifier. They have to have 128.
Yeah.
100 people and 28 Jeremiah invites.
Maybe if they start giving us second place, I'm really good at second place. Not as good at first place.
Well, the top 2 get to go. So
yeah,
there you go.
Yeah, we have it here. Like, we essentially have a small group of maybe up to 10, but probably closer to 5 people who in general are expected to win set champs out of the local kind of 12 stores.
Right.
So yeah, without pass downs, like it would be rough. We would have abysmal numbers.
Right.
Yeah. There's like certain people that you kind of just have a feeling they're gonna win it.
Yeah.
There's certain people they're not gonna win it. And
we played in the finals when set champs.
Yeah, I've won one.
Yeah.
I've won. I've covered it up a little bit, but I've got one.
The important
and I've got multiple top 8s, but we all keep trying.
Yep.
I mean, I'm sure I'll win another one day
someday.
When you guys
at one of the
playing.
non-feeder stores for an LQ, when all of the really good players don't care to go anymore, at the non-feeders, you'll be able to win.
That's
some
what I
of
was
those
thinking.
Others.
All in one when I moved to like northern Alberta.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right on that, though. I think we do see a lot of people strictly focus on those, and they don't bother going to any of the other set champs.
Right.
So, especially on a day that one of those is hosted, like you're gonna have it where the casual players definitely get their time to go try and get a mat, and I think it's good for the game in general.
Yes, I think so too. So you mentioned about what stores would qualify for these local qualifiers, and you mentioned a legendary tier status, and that's the other thing we wanted to talk about, which is there was a retailer email. Sorry about the glaring white with a bunch of this wall of text, but this is the text of an email that was sent out to retailers that basically says we are going to be giving you one of 3 tiers depending on your numbers that you're doing in Lorcana attendance. The tiers are right here. It's welcome tier, standard tier, or legendary tier. And these numbers are for an entire season, which is a year of events. And so in order to apply for welcome, you have to have a Robinsburger Play Hub membership. That's it. Welcome to the game. But in order to have standard, you have to have is this the full event? Oh no. This is here, down here, standard right here. 25 total events, 25 unique players, and 250 unique event tickets, which is basically attendance over the course of the year. So a lot of people in smaller markets are really concerned about this because, of course, everybody's going to want legendary status because that gets you more stuff, including possibly being able to hold 2 set champs and getting collector boosters. Other stores won't get collector boosters who aren't part of the legendary tier, or not as many. So, of course, everyone's going to want legendary, which is 50 total events, 50 unique fans, and 500 event tickets. So smaller stores that usually get attendance like of 4 to 6 every week, and their set champs are like 12 people, they're basically going to be very worried about hitting legendary status. And, it's very concerning to a lot of people. But Initially, they're doing a prorated for the first one because collector boosters are coming with Into the Ink Dark. So they're prorating it for just like September through November. And the numbers are much lower. But I mean, what do you guys think of this tier system? I mean, do you think it's going to harm stores or is it going to help stores? What do you think is going on here?
I think that Legendary doesn't seem like it's hard to get. 50 events is 4 events a month, essentially, plus set champs, plus, like, it's going to be easy to hit 50 events, no problem.
Yeah, it's not
500
even one a
tickets.
year. It's not even one a week for a year.
Yeah.
And if you run
It-
pre-release events, set champs, and weeklies, you're going to hit it.
I mean,
And,
the other time that it's going to be hard to hit it is what, Christmas? Christmas and New Year's. That's why you take off those 2 months. But other than that, you got 50 events. And then that's not even including set champs.
and here's the hard reality of it is those are smaller markets. If you can't make those numbers, like you're grabbing product from bigger markets who especially lately have been lacking product.
Right.
So
Yeah.
there's certain markets where you can walk into the store and buy packs off the shelf right now. Meanwhile, people here have been desperate for packs for weeks, right? So
Yeah.
I think there's also a flip side to this coin where unless in Play Hub we start needing more information, people are just going to be creating burner accounts and they're going to be just making all their events and packing them out, and then get the legendary status with fake people. So
right,
it almost seems like we need some sort of way to limit that. You'll never get rid of it, obviously, but you need to do something on the back end to prevent that from happening, I think.
Because, I mean, like our local shop, so if they do an event every week, it's 42 event tickets a month to get that 500, which is 10, like just over 10 a week.
right.
Yep.
That's not too hard to achieve for most shops. And then it's like, that's not even including set champs, which brings in, 32, 64 people,
And
whatever.
pre-release events, if they run an extra 1 or 2 pre-release events in addition to their weeklies, those are going to get 15 to 30 people each.
Yeah.
And there's the argument if people are saying, well, we have like a small but really dedicated like player base, then you can run it twice a week. You can run 2 leagues a week and you can still get to those event tickets, right? So
the hardest thing is going to be 50 unique fans.
Yeah, the unique fans is going to be, but over the course of a year, if you're pulling in people from other regions for your set champs and you like really work to get people to come in from 2-3 hours away, you open it up, don't just have it for 8 people or 12 people. Hey, rent yourself a tent for the day and make it like a 30 or 60 person event. Like, hey, everybody, come on down. We're like going to do extra prizing, buy extra tickets. You can get all of those. You can get all of those unique fans in one day.
I mean, locally, set champs always sells out, and they have like 32 plus.
Right.
So, like, to hit 50 unique fans, it's not going to be too tough.
Right, because you're not going to get the same 32 every set champs, right?
Yeah.
And it's legendary status. Like it's not like it's the baseline. Like this is the top status. You don't necessarily need to be at top status if you're not a well played at store.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So
I don't know. I think it's all achievable, and I think it's fair, and it sounds like all it's going to do is kind of improve the markets that need improvement, and kind of maybe the markets that have products still sitting on their shelves from 4, 5, 6 sets ago. Maybe they stop having product constantly sitting on their shelves collecting dust, and I mean, no shop really wants that anyways. I know shops that had Inkland still sitting on their shelf today, and they're like, yeah, like, we're doing a sale 40% off, get rid of it, please.
Right. So just for an example, for how it's going to work, when your store meets the requirements above for the pre-release of Into the Ink Dark, it will impact Cosmic Quest tiering and allocation. So it's going to be basically what you're doing in the previous set is going to affect the set after that for your allocations. So the better you do, the more your allocations are going to be for both regular product and collector boosters. And I don't remember if it's in here or not. Here it is. these stores. So standard tier unlocks the ability to run set champs and will receive access to seasonal trade marketing kits. Additionally, these stores will have an allocation of collector boosters and future Ravensburger Playhub focused products. Legendary tier rewards will receive an additional OP kit and set championship kit as of set 16. So not until second quarter next year will you be able to start running 2 set champs. An increased allocation of collector boosters and a larger allocation of pre-release boxes. So that's why stores want Legendary, because it gives them more product and the chance to run more events with more product in hand to help facilitate those events. Locally, if you guys probably all know Judge Phil, who has been a head judge at some events at DLCs. I don't know if he was a head judge at DLCs, but he was definitely at a lot of DLCs, being one of like the main judges. He's very involved in the Southern California scene, and he actually pulled the data from 150 SoCal stores and ran the numbers for their last 4 sets. And out of those 150 stores, I think it was around 20 of them already are at Legendary status.
Yeah.
And then another 30 to 50, I don't remember what the number exactly was, are already in standard and just have like one of the 3 categories that are still left for them to try and get the upgraded status
before the end of the year, right?
They're doing they're doing a prorated to kickstart it, which is going to be from September 1st to November 1st, and all the numbers are lower. So like for Legendary, you only have to have 8 events, 8 unique players, and 80 event tickets.
That's
and you
so
have to
easy.
And you have to run 1 Hyperia City pre-release event using the RPH default standard. Like you click the button to say activate this event and set it up, and then you put in the information for your store.
Yeah.
It's
so
templates.
easy to do that. One Hyperia pre-release event gets you the 8 people, and that's 1 event out of 7 done. And then you just have to run an event every week.
Right.
There we go. I could go and start a store right now and probably hit that.
Yeah. Well, that was my next thought here, though, is I'm assuming they put something in for new stores starting up, right? Because the new store, they come on the scene and they want to get their allocations and they're not getting full allocations. That's obviously going to hold them back from growing the game quickly. So I'm making the assumption that we just haven't heard that news because it's not prevalent in a lot of circumstances.
Yeah, for Welcome, they just have to run 4 events, have 4 players total in each event, and they're done.
Okay.
That's easy.
So yeah, in the SoCal region, there are 20 stores already at Legendary, an additional 30 in Standard, and then the remaining 100. Is it 150? No, the additional 70 are in the Welcome tier, but in most cases they're really close, and all they need is just more attendance. But they already have both unique players and events already maxed out for the 50 and 50. So they just need to get more people through the door every week. Mm-hmm. So it's basically asking local stores to, hey, step up your game promoting the game, and we'll reward you.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Lots of times when you go into a local store, you'll see the other games that are going on, and they're definitely prioritized over Lorcana a lot of the time. Obviously, They're established. That's where they're bringing in their revenue. But it's a circumstance that happens a lot. So hopefully this kind of changes that sentiment a little.
I've talked to one of our local store owners and friend of the show, Mikey. And I said, the problem with some stores are that they only prioritize Magic the Gathering, it seems like. And it almost seems like they forget that Magic the Gathering, when it first started, was not making a ton of money, did not have a ton of players. It wasn't this game that immediately started off as a multi-million-dollar pillar of trading cards.
Right.
And so now Lorcana comes out and they're like, oh, it doesn't really make money and people don't really show up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. Surprise.
And to be clear, we're not talking about Tomb Keeper here. Tomb Keeper is, I would say, it's the most centralized around Lorcana shop I've ever seen.
And all I notice when I go there is that they're getting more and more people coming in actually at Tomb Keeper. So I'm like, when I hear a store go like, "Oh, people don't come in," it's like, okay, well, like, if you kind of treat the game that they play like trash compared to the other games, they're gonna go to the store that treats the game that they play like one of the top games. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah. And it's something as simple as if you're as a store, if you have a weekly or semi-weekly newsletter, and at the bottom of your newsletter or one of the side little columns, you have upcoming releases, and you just don't list Lorcana as an upcoming release, even though it's coming out in 2 weeks, that's on you.
Yeah.
How does everyone know you have Lorcana if you're not advertising Lorcana? It's little things like that I've seen stores doing. It's like, hey, you know, Riftbound's coming out on this day, Pokemon's coming out on this day, Magic's coming out on this day. Where's Lorcana? I mean, you could do that for any game. Where's Gundam? Do you want to sell more Gundam? Advertise Gundam. You know, any game. Do you want to sell more of it? Advertise it.
And like your reliable people that have come in for product, if they're like, "Hey man, can I get some product? Can you put a box aside for me?" Don't be like, unfortunately, we really can't because Larry from down the street came and bought all the cases, so you get none. Good luck next time.
Or,
because all of a sudden that guy might stop showing up.
It's here on the shelf at market price. Go ahead and buy it for $10 a pack.
Yeah.
US dollars.
Yeah.
Ouch. Yeah. I definitely noticed that. Yeah. The game was in the growing stages, but it is kind of ironing out all the kinks in a lot of areas. So it's good to see.
So I think that was all the major news, I think.
Oh, you think so, do you?
Oh, what? Did we have other major news?
Oh, I've got... Let's see if it lets me choose which screen I want.
He's mumbling to himself. He's got some... While he's thinking, I wanted to show off a few things.
I've got something to show off. Also from D23. That's very exciting news for me. Let me show the screen, James.
Should I put it up there?
Yeah. Kingdom Hearts, baby. We're getting a series. It's been greenlit. Disney Plus. We're getting the Kingdom Hearts series. So, as a Kingdom Hearts fan and a Lorcana fan, I've got to say, I am so stoked to finally hear that these Disney execs are going, "Oh wow, Lorcana, it's actually taken off. We're very surprised. Let's start putting more focus on Lorcana." And then, you know, like 18 games later, "Oh wow, Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, that was a thing that we did. Oh yeah, we're finally not going to act like that's not a thing that's part of Disney. Here's a TV show."
So what you're saying is...
Finally, all the little guys are getting the recognition, baby.
What you're saying is that we can expect a Lorcana Disney Plus series sometime soon?
Maybe, but I mean, Kingdom Hearts is about a guy who travels to all the different worlds, Lorcana, and it could perfectly tie into like a trading card game, Lorcana, and it also had a game where you use a deck that you built in order to fight enemies, Lorcana. So it's almost like they could go hand in hand.
Something like that, right?
I mean, it's almost like maybe we should start having some of the Heartless right there, Heartless, as I don't know, maybe some characters, considering the one that Captain Hook had basically looks like a Heartless from Kingdom Hearts.
Interesting. We shall see.
Get it in there. And then they go to show Coco in the Kingdom Hearts thing. Oh, Kingdom Hearts 4, it's going to have Coco in it. And we're all like, oh, okay, I wonder what that means. I wonder if that could mean that, you know, the next set that Lorcana has that has Coco in it, maybe it's going to have Kingdom Hearts. Psych! You guys didn't... Now was the time. Link them up.
So I wanted to show off some stuff from D23 real quick. I don't remember if I showed this off yet or not for the recording, but this is the Woody promo. You can see the D23 down there at the bottom. I would like to say that they did an amazing job on this promo. You can see the shininess of it, but also They actually have some gold foiling little things that you saw before on Enchanteds. This isn't just like, they didn't just slap some foil on this. They actually took time to design the foiling effects and everything. They did a really good job on this. So that was really cool.
Where's mine? Is it in a top loader
No. Oh, that's a funny story. Look.
Huh.
It's in eye to eye sleeves. And I wanted to show you. This is the card they hand to you when you're going into the store for what's available to buy at the shop. Okay. And right here, you see eye to eye sleeves were available for $10.
Yeah, yeah.
They started the show with these sold out. They were never available at the show because
Everyone
they
just
used
went to
them
buy eye
all
sleeve.
to put the promos in.
Oh.
They realized they
Oh.
didn't have anything to put the promo. They're like, we need to put the promos in something. And so they used all the eye to eye sleeves that they had, and they never made them for sale.
You know what? I'm going to say shout out to Ravensburger for actually putting him in a sleeve, because last D23 when I was there,
They're just like
I
throwing
got
them at
handed
people.
a Mickey.
Yeah.
I saw somebody drop it, pick it up off the carpet, and hand it to the next guy, and I was like,
so also, I got my playset of Sully's doing the collection quest.
dang.
So very happy with that. And so the fun thing at the collection quest was there was multiple sets depending on the day and how early you got there. So like sometimes they were do Wilds Unknown collection quests, and sometimes they were doing Attack of the Vine, and sometimes they were doing Azurite Sea, and I don't remember if there was a fourth set. But so what was funny is when you turned it in, they would stamp. They had a Lorcana symbol stamp that they would stamp it with, saying it's done, and then they would give you your promo. And while you were in that line, if you wanted to do it again to get another promo and 3 more packs, you could immediately buy another collection quest and go and do it, and then come back, and you could just loop the collection quest over and over and over again. Now, the problem getting the first one was you had to win on the virtual queue to get into the store to get your first one. Or you had to pre-buy the very limited amounts that they did that were for sale on the, I think, actually, no, I don't think those were even able to rebuy. But anyway, you had to get in the virtual queue to get the first one. But
are all the cards different, or could you just walk up with the same 4 cards each time?
They had at least 6 or 7 different cards with different cards on them. Yes, exactly. At least. So when I went in for my pre-bought one, I got these 2, and it was in a separate section from the normal collection quest, and the person running it at the time was Rochelle. So I got to chat with Rochelle for a bit. She handed me my 2 collection quests and our packs, and me and my wife went over to the little tables they had there in this area, and there was stacks of cards everywhere, so we were able to finish them fairly quickly. I went over there to turn them in, and you can see how on the first ones I did for the Wild, someone stamped it on the card, right? You can see the stamp right there. So when I turned it into Rochelle, she grabs the card, she flips it over, and she stamps it over Mike's face.
Beauty.
Very, very on theme for Monsters, Inc. I thought it was hilarious. I laughed so much when I saw that.
I like the way it lines up, though. It looks like he's wearing a little helmet.
He's got a Lorcana helmet with face mask on right there.
Yeah.
I also, if you bought a certain amount, you had to buy $20 to get the Woody promo, and I think they also gave you a Mickey pin. And then if you spent $100, they gave you a Tigger pin. I don't recall if it was everybody, but if you bought the Quest of Wonders book, they gave you this bookmark, which is super high quality. I mean, it's got the tassel and everything, and it's like thick cardboard. It's very cool.
I need a bookmark. I just use a Lorcana card as a bookmark currently.
It's foil too. It's got a little foil symbol on it. And here's the Quest of Wonders book. I have not opened my copy yet, so let's open it now. Because there's a promo inside. Look at it. It's got little gold tape on it to keep it sealed. It's very pretty.
I hope that bookmark wasn't actually real and you just got it made and told Benny that it was real so he could be jealous.
I'm literally using a Peter Pan as my bookmark right now.
Let me see if I can do this here. Boom! Get rid of you guys.
Show the
Yes.
people what they want to see.
We want to see the book. So here's the book. So Aubrey was the artistic designer for this. You know, she ran this whole thing. She did some of the artwork in it, not all of it, but it has, goodness, these things are going to fall out, but it has like loose pieces of paper that have like some art on it and maps and things. It's got 2 of those. Look at that.
Was that Skull Rock on the first one? It was upside
Could
down,
be.
so I couldn't tell.
Could be. And then in the book itself, I don't want to drop it because it's in here somewhere, supposedly. There's this that comes in it.
Oh,
And then
you think they sleeved it?
They just forgot it.
did I not
no.
get a promo? Oh, there it is. It fell out already.
You
Here
got
we
the
go.
misprint.
Yeah, all of them are misprint. It's it says set 16 and it's not set 16.
So set 12's the misprint one then.
It's supposed to be whatever this came out, set 12, right? Yeah, like I said, set 12 is the regular version, but for some reason they put set 16 on this one. But
Yeah, I'm saying if you get one that says set 12, that's the misprint that's worth
and
money.
none of them ever will be. But yes, here's the promo. So the book is not really a novel. There is an author who wrote it. He was there. I got his signature on a little card. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get the book signed. But there's a lot of stories. It's like a travel diary.
Oh, okay.
And it's got just a
Jeez.
ton of stuff in here. Just a lot. Look at all that. This thing is long. It's big. It's going to take a while to get through.
That's what she said.
The pages are not numbered. So I don't even know how long it is. Wait, here we go. Here's the best one. Hold on. Here we go.
Oh, beauty.
All right. That's it. Do this right. Got to get us back to normal here. There we go. Back to normal.
You
Fresh
want
book
to steal
smell.
screen time now? Yeah.
While we're on the topic of sharing.
Is it the final 2?
Final 2.
These have to have something, right?
Darkwing Duck, Donald Duck.
Piglet.
The Bad Monsters Inc. card. Maleficent. Winfred. I feel like I'm gonna forget. Which one's that? Rapunzel's Tower.
Rapunzel's Tower.
Red alert. Red alert.
Era.
Hey, hey.
Hey, hey.
The guy.
Yeah,
Charles.
bad guy.
Aha. Epic.
Well, I think that's my second boost.
Epic Boo.
Epic Boo.
All right, last one. So far,
Last pack.
the highest rarity card has been that Charles Muntz. Okay, here we go.
Upside down.
Violet Par, Gaston, Belle. Oh, those two side by side. Woody. Aladdin. Peter Pan, the one where he's stuck, narrow escape. Abu. Armor.
Can't tell.
Pacha. Peter Pan.
No
Attack of the
legendary.
Vine.
No legendary. Ah. This
Got it.
is the worst pre-release case. I'm so glad that I got it.
So the
Everybody's
final
like,
thing.
the pull rate is amazing on these things. And then what do I pull? A bunch of rares and one super rare.
So the Quest of Wonders book, I think, is coming out in just a couple weeks. If you want to order it, it's available. There were also new puzzles there. So there's a Winnie the Pooh and Piglet puzzle. And
How many pieces?
These are 300 piece. So these are pretty easy
Nice.
ones.
I'm
And
happy
then
for you.
Ariel, Sonic Warrior. And Alice. Ooh. Hey, is everything backwards for you guys, or is everything cool?
That's cool.
All
That's
right.
cool.
Everything's backwards for me. I never understand what this thing's doing.
Hmm.
No, Ravensburger, thank you for these. They actually handed them to my wife, which was very cool. Well, I was talking to them, and they're like, "Hey, are you a fan of Ariel or Alice?" And my wife's like, "Yeah, both." And they're like, "Here you go," and handed over a puzzle. So it was
okay,
awesome.
well, if you're not a fan of Pooh, I'll take that one.
No, that one's for me. I had already gotten that one, so not that one. This one. But yeah, Ravensburger treated me very well. I got to talk with him for a little while and hang out, chat, and just like give him feedback on things for fans and all that kind of stuff. So it was very cool. They were, for all of the problems a lot of people were having before D23. There was it was very well done at D23, which is not always the case with how D23 is run. I noticed in the questions from the community, someone had asked about information about D23. Dustin asked for the next one, are there any good guides? The next one's not for 2 years, so you really don't need to worry about it right now. But just keep an eye on things, because the announcements for the next D23 will start next year for 2028. They may put hotels on sale way before tickets. Tickets will go on sale months before. You'll never know what's happening at the show until just a few weeks before, so you're buying tickets blind. And there is no real guide online. There is a Reddit for D23 Expo that has a lot of good advice and stuff, but you have to go hunting for it. For those of you who either don't know or don't remember, I am part of the San Diego Comic-Con unofficial blog, where there is a website for that convention with tons of information for you, so you can go and make the best of the convention. There is nothing like that for D23. So you're basically on your own. But since I have gone to the last 4, maybe 5, I don't remember how many I've been going to. I've been to enough of them. If you have any questions, just at me in the Overexerted server, send me a DM, something like that. But again, you don't have to worry about it till next year. So don't worry about it till next year.
When you were chatting up the Ravensburger people there, they were like, "Oh, James, Stan Regal." Yeah. You're like, "Yeah." From my YouTube and Overexerted, and they're like, "Over what now?"
They did say that. They didn't even ask. No, I'm just kidding.
They didn't even know to ask.
Exactly. No, I was able
like-
to meet a couple of the people who you saw them actually on the live gameplay of the Honey Adventure from Gen Con. Amy Kay and Danny, who were on that Twitch stream. They are a couple of the people who run the marketing, essentially, for Ravensburger. And so I was able to chat with them for a few minutes, and it was really cool. They're really nice people. It's the first time I've been able to meet them in person. I've emailed with them multiple times. In fact, I had both of them sign one of my foil piercing attack cards, because they're the ones who gave it to me to reveal. So I'm like, I want you guys to sign my card because you're the reason I actually have it as a reveal. So that was really cool. That was pretty fun.
Did they get you to sign one and go, "You're the one who revealed it"?
No, they didn't ask for one. No. I did give one to JDZ, though.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, because he collects content creator reveal cards. So I signed one and gave it to him.
Well, tell him when he wants a Myrtle.
Do you even have a foil of that?
I do.
Okay,
I was going
good.
through my promos the other day, and I have one foil Myrtle Edmonds.
Someone handed me like 8 piercing attacks a couple weeks ago that were
Wow.
foil, and I'm like, seriously? They're like, yeah, here you go. I'm like, wow, that's awesome. So I have like 10 of them now, although I did give 1 or 2 of them away, so I have less. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I still need a foil of. Am I missing any from the? I think I might be missing 1 or 2 foils from the Citizens of Lorcana days. I think maybe, but I think I have a foil of every card I've helped reveal. Anyway, I told you this thing would take a couple hours, and it's been a couple hours.
2-hour episode.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I guess we yacked before getting right into it, so for the rest of you, it's not a 2-hour episode.
Hey, yeah. It's an hour and 50 minutes.
56 minutes.
All right. Is that it? Are we done?
I think so.
Sure.
Anything you want to talk about, Jeremiah?
I'm curious, out of ranking this versus other D23 events, how do you think this one went?
For Lorcana specifically, or just D23 as a whole?
No, just as a whole.
Personally, because even though I only went one day, honestly, there was like one panel that I was interested in, that I really wanted to attend, and it was when I wasn't there, but it was one of the few panels they live streamed, so it was so convenient because I did the whole Downtown Disney morning thing, and when I got home, 10 minutes after I got home, the Beauty and the Beast 35th anniversary panel was live streamed, so I was able to sit and watch it, hang out at home for a few hours, and then go back to D23 and do the whole Lorcana panel. So I got to get the D23 panel experience I wanted, but I was sitting at home, not having to deal with the crowd, which was awesome. So overall, I felt like it was not as good as some of the past ones, but it was still had a ton of cool stuff. I mean, at the end of Saturday, when my wife was like, we're leaving before 8, because the show closed at 8. She's like, we're leaving before 8. Like, we are leaving before 8 because our feet were hurting. We were tired. We were hungry. But on the way out, like at 7:15, that's as early as I was able to get out of there. We went by this booth that I had never stopped in yet, but I looked and I'm like, oh, wait a second, let's go walk through. And it was the Walt Disney Archives big display area booth. It was not a booth. It was like an area. And they had so many props from past Disney stuff. They had Mary Poppins carpet bag from the original movie. They had Rumpelstiltskin's dagger from the Once Upon a Time show. They had the Rocketeer's rocket. They had a Kermit puppet that was used in the Muppet Show from the 70s. They had his banjo from the first Muppet movie. They had like chairs and table set from the Cruella live action movie that Glenn Close was in. They had Haley Mills' actual camp shirt from The Parent Trap from back in the 60s.
Not Cruella Emma Stone?
No.
The other one.
They did one in the late 90s with
Yeah. I remember
Glenn Close. They just had so many things. They had the manhole cover from Enchanted that Giselle comes out of in live action. They had wands from multiple different things, including the Cinderella live action, the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo wand from that was Helena Bonham Carter used. They had the loom from the Maleficent live action movie. I mean, just so many props just sitting there on display. Like, you just walk around and look at everything. And so we spent like 45 minutes going around and getting pictures and looking at all the stuff. And I'm like, when we're done, I'm like, what time is it? And she's like 7:55. And I'm like, we made it to 8 o'clock. She wasn't happy. She was happy to see the props, but she was not happy we didn't leave till 8 o'clock.
Yeah, dagger that Rumpelstiltskin has. I know all about that. Yeah. I watched that show. Yeah.
My wife was so happy to see that. She loved Once Upon a Time.
Yeah, I was a big fan. I've been talking to Benny about it. He'll get there.
Yeah,
About Once Upon a Time?
Yeah,
I've watched like 2 episodes.
How much have you seen the whole thing?
I have, yes.
Now, I've watched most of it because my wife was watching it, so I watched it too. I feel like it went really downhill in the last couple of seasons, personally.
The joys about that show is it almost has the Riverdale effect where you don't expect it to be good. It's just strictly entertainment. And almost the
Right.
worse it gets, the better it can get at the same time. So I don't know. I just enjoyed it so thoroughly.
I did enjoy watching it, but there was a certain point where I was like, they were just like, I think it was that they were going to the well of certain storylines too often. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I just felt like they were just repeating a little too much in the last couple of seasons.
Yeah.
Benny's like,
that
yeah,
happens.
Huh? Yeah.
But it was a very fun show. I thought it was pretty fun. I mean, just bringing all the
Yeah.
characters in as like, real people that are just like the characters. It was fun.
At first, it almost felt like it had a little bit of Lost vibes going on, and
Yeah.
then it turned into something that was just its own ball of cheesiness and
Yes.
poor dialogue and subpar acting, and I loved every minute of it.
And barely above bad special effects.
Lost
Like,
did that too, though. So
When they were in like the blue screen rooms where like the floor they were walking on was CG, and you're like, wow.
Okay, listen. Go back and watch the early seasons of Supernatural and we can talk bad CGI.
That was 20 years ago though. This was just like 10 years ago. So yeah.
Yeah.
But
Probably at the same
sticking
level.
with Disney, it would have gotten better the longer it went because they see the potential and actually start putting money
Nah.
Nope.
Nah.
Kingdom Hearts.
They had to pour the money into the actors because, as you know, in TV, as shows go on, actors ask for more and more money because the show is popular. So, and then
Easier
also
to just kill them off.
they killed off actors. They're like, no, you're asking for too much.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was our we did the tangent at the end of the show instead of the beginning of the show.
Yeah. Then people could turn it off if they didn't want to hear about Disney and just Lorcana. So
Yeah, and we also pushed it to 2 hours now.
Exactly.
good job.
All right.
But yeah, probably the best week in Lorcana, I would say. The best week for releases and news and everything like that. So going out on a positive.
Yeah.
But please, Lorcana, Disney Lorcana team, spread it out just a little bit more.
Yeah.
We don't want a week like this once every year or two. Let's spread it out.
Yeah, exactly. I'd love it a bit more. All right. Thank you for tuning in and joining us on this magical journey. Myself, James Dan Regal, and our other host, Jeremiah, that's always here with us. Yeah, we hope you'll tune in again soon.